is the night. Night divides Monday. We dig deep, we speak loud. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Yeah. We chase absurdity here, we mock the nonsense there. You still like, comment, subscribe, all the things we share. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants insults now. Loud. Draw argues worse now. Loud. Brady makes a scene now. We get loud now. We get loud. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Shame on you, don't miss Fladge Rants live. Shame on you. Oh yeah. Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Fladge. 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 Fladge.
The following is for entertainment purposes only. It's just a scripted comedy show.
These guys are not experts, doctors, lawyers, therapists, or even particularly well-adjusted.
Everything you hear is opinion, exaggeration, sarcasm, or just plain nonsense. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental and kind of hilarious.
They are not responsible for emotional damage, cognitive dissonance, spontaneous enlightenment, or sudden urge to start a cult.
Viewer discretion is advised, especially if you're prone to taking things too seriously. This is a late show. It's not for kids, your boss, or Karen from HR who'll be hearing about this, by the way. Hi, Dave.
Side effects may include thinking, laughing, or yelling at your screen. Fladge Rants Live is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
fellow stupid monkey people. Hi, I'm Gary, and welcome to Fladge Rants Live. And I'm particularly stupid today because twice a year, change of weather, I get this sinus headache, cough, scratchy eyes, the whole 9 yards, and I've got it bad. But there is no reason for me to go to work today or do the podcast. However, we're going to push through because I already went to work today and I wasn't willing to take drugs to go to work, but I'm heavily medicated now, so we should be all right. Through
Fladge Rants Live this week, we will be doing drugs. You heard me right, drugs.
I'm on this assortment drug chemistry set that would make the AIDS cocktail look like child's play, like children's aspirin. So just in case I can't push through, I have called in for backup reinforcements in about 15 minutes. But in the meantime, I am going to push through. Those of you who don't know me, I live out in the boondocks. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. And I think part of the reason I'm sick today is I went out Friday night, old coworker at my former job, my career, my 20-year job. And it was his birthday, and he just wanted to have some boys over for some drinking and beer pong. So between beer pong games, there were four of us standing around in the backyard, and we were talking about the existential things that I've been struggling with. And I didn't bring it up. It was not me. It just happened naturally. And there were a few different stances around the circle. One guy was lockstep with me. A couple guys, one guy said he was agnostic about the whole thing. And there was one guy who was an honest to goodness moon landing denier. That the whole thing was a hoax. And I said, you know who started the hoax? And he said, no, who? And I said, NASA. So we were trying to figure out who that would benefit. Well, it was enlightening to know that there are other people struggling with the same existential problems that I'm struggling to get through. So, another thing that through can mean is over. And one of the things I did when I left that job was I sailed off into the sunset. Here's the thing about riding off into the sunset is there's always the next day and the day after that. What happens then? And so we're into it. We're well into it. And you still have to get through that too. It doesn't end. It's not over. It's not through. So this is my convoluted way of getting to Göbekli Tepe. A lot of people say it was backfilled. Now, it's a natural hill formation. So whatever forces that made Göbekli Tepe a natural hill formation would have also pushed the earth up over the monument. So whether it was backfilled or naturally filled, we still have a question as to who built it, why, what they were doing with that. We're told it was hunter-gatherers 10,000 years ago. And that is a long, long time ago. And if they did backfill it intentionally, was it to preserve it or to hide it? It's interesting to me that that the people that were using it, the people that found it important, were leaving it and moving on. Like, you wouldn't bury something important to you, and if you disappeared quickly, like unexpectedly, you wouldn't have time to backfill it. So that means they had to plan on leaving it, plan on not being around anymore. Because as far as I can tell, we don't have any of the remnants of the civilization that built Göbekli Tepe. Where did those people go? Why did they hide their monument? I'm seriously curious. Why would that happen? Important piece of news. Chuck Norris has passed away. Pardon me, I'm really sick. Just when you thought nothing would kill Chuck Norris, the jokes write themselves. I thought Chuck Norris would kill death before death took Chuck Norris. But I feel like I'm dying. So roll the clip, Brady.
Crying, destroying private property, or committing medical fraud, children can make a fine addition to any home. A very popular model. Some babbies insist on being pushed around in a babby coach, like some kind of little prince. Push me, my legs aren't strong enough to support my own body weight. Unbelievable. 1 in 6 children will eventually grow hair. This will mostly be on their shins and elbows, though some may even grow hair on the tops of their heads. If your child ends up growing a slop top, they will eventually need a haircut. Currently, the most popular styles are Highway Possum, the New England Knob, and Inebriated Vagrant. Children are born stupid and must be taught nearly everything. It's not their fault, but it feels like it might be a little bit their fault. As parents, sometimes you may need an occasional break to scream yourself hoarse into a throw pillow or blow off some steam at the turkey track. And for this, you'll need proper childcare. This is where Old Pappy Bunce comes in. For 3 copper buttons or 1 eaten dog, Pappy will do his darndest to stay conscious long enough to watch your children. Yes, your children will be in good hands, provided they are already self-sufficient and don't mind the very real possibility of witnessing an old man pass away in front of their eyes. Just like human beings, children require proper nutrition. Horse milk is typically a good choice due to its rich vitamin content and equine texture. Plus, it gives one's skin that genuine horse glow. In addition to nutrients, children also require entertainment. Great, another thing. This filthy child is playing on a crude homemade trebuchet. With any luck, he will soon be able to launch himself high above the arrow fire and crash thunderously into his enemy's fortifications. This child is learning how to sit precariously on the back of an unaware horse. This should come in handy in the future. Someday he'll need to start harvesting his own horse milk. And there is nothing children love more than the company of man's best friend. It's a shame old Pappy Bunce has different plans for this dog. Delicious honey-glazed plans.
Yep. Little advice on how to rear children. Exclusively here at Fladge Rants.
Why do you want to rear them? It's kind of
Rearing.
weird. Yeah, like butt to butt.
What did he say?
Well, you raise livestock, you rear children. Or do I have that backwards?
I don't rear. I've never reared a single child in my life. I've never been reared myself either.
That's Brady's claim to fame. It is 19 degrees in the barn.
Yep, it is. So go into your monologue. Took some notes here. So you mentioned getting sick.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lot of guys. You mentioned AIDS. You mentioned also getting lockstep with other men. What did?
Yep.
Is there an overall arching theme there?
Yep.
I thought it was a family reunion because honestly, you all look like the same type of loser. I don't know.
Yeah. I've got a clip.
Yeah.
I've got a clip from the
no wonder
party.
you guys get along. Yeah, no wonder you guys get along. So you mentioned that. You mentioned the dynamic that you were discussing with NASA being made up, or NASA making up the moon landing, or something about you. Was that sarcasm on your part? I wasn't sure which side. Yeah, I can sway to that side a bit. Yeah.
You know
So
what?
you're-
The guy's argument was sound. He avoided the stuff that sounds crazy. I helped him with the Van Allen belts, but he was like, how do you develop the technology to land on the moon and then lose it for 60 years? And it's a valid point.
Yeah, but you mentioned about making up the moon landing and something about NASA, and you said, why would NASA make up the moon landing?
Yes.
Was that sarcasm on your part, or that was serious?
That's serious. Why would I be involved?
I know, but who else would have made it up, though? That's my argument.
Skeptics.
They're like in charge. They're in charge of space, right?
The
they're like
side.
they're like the beacon of who we should trust. They're like the Fauci of space, right? You know what I mean? So
right.
You can trust them until you learn that maybe, there's some weird stuff going on, right? So they're a pretty big governmental organization at this point. I'd like to think that there's maybe some stuff that,
you can trust like 99.4% of what they turn out, but every once in a while you see a picture with a fuzzy spot. And what are they hiding there?
Yeah, you don't think that NASA would benefit themselves by making up a moon landing? You don't think that helps their funding and go, oh my God, like, look at that crazy shit. Like, if I told you I had this cool device that got free electricity, just give me money and like eventually we'll get there.
I guess. Most of that's military funding. The reason it was funded, the Apollo programs, is because we were on a race against Russia. And so that's a military investment. That was the only reason we got such a huge budget to go to the moon. But the moon landing is not a hoax. The moon landing, the hoax would have been a lot more expensive to pull off than the moon landing itself. The hoax would have been more trouble than it's worth. Sorry.
Yeah, but at this point, I was going to give Trump credit, but it's just, I would say just the need in general was there with, Space Force. So it's become a militarized idea, and there's good reason for that. So what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is humans can't live in space.
Have you seen So you're saying we haven't been to the moon?
Yeah, we've been to the moon.
Wait, but I thought you just.
But
hold on.
That forces us.
They teleported, like Star Wars.
You can survive.
Obi, sorry, beam me up, Obi.
You can push through.
Laser me through, Obi. Is that the phrase?
A little bit. You can put up with it. There's like you can build up a tolerance. You can have it's somewhat survivable, but in the long term, just simply no.
Like is there some type of parallel? And this is my ignorance, I guess, but is there some type of parallel? Like, you go into the ocean or water, and you're kind of weightless, right? There's pressures that are different. Is that there's no oxygen? Is that kind of what outer space is? Because when they say like it's a vacuum, you get pulled apart rather than crushed, right? It's like a different kind of pressure, isn't it? Like
yeah. As a matter of fact, you don't explode like they say you would, and you don't freeze because there's nothing cold out there. It's kind of weird. It would be very, very painful to die in space, and it wouldn't happen like instantaneously like you'd like it to.
Chuck Norris is Canadian?
Yeah,
because they do that in Canada now.
Oh, Canadian.
Brady, you're muted. But there's the number one cause of death in Canada since they legalized suicide is legalized suicide. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I seriously thought Chuck Norris would outlive all of us.
Chuck Norris has been dead for months. The Grim Reaper just finally had the balls to tell him.
He will definitely outlive most of us. So, metaphysically and also age-wise, I think making it to his mid-80s, that's pretty successful.
Yeah. And Texas Ranger, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Texas Hold'em.
Walker, Texas Hold'em.
This ain't Texas.
will be around forever. Like flat, not unlike Fladge Rants Live.
So I'm always curious about death situations. I'm assuming most people are.
Yeah,
I always want to know why. And they said that it was like a sudden thing. Like I would assume the man's in shape, and so it's probably just like a, heart attack or stroke that just like quickly went south. Versus, I'm sure he was like all there, probably punching and kicking in the morning, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh my heart, something weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to live forever.
But you could though.
No, you could not.
Why not?
The heat death of the universe would definitely.
Well, we could just take his consciousness and put it into something else. We could actually take an exact copy of all of his experiences and placing it into another.
All of that by just skipping to the end, but no, that's not you. That's not.
What makes it different?
You went right through to the end. Sometimes the only way to get, over it is to go through it.
Cut to the chase. That's why this is my show. That's why I couldn't. I wanted to call in sick because I am definitely sick. But this is my show. This is what I do.
Fuck.
Take 10,000. This is not doctor advice, but take 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You'll feel fine in the morning.
I don't know if I have that much vitamin C. Do I?
Just do better. That's all.
I think I have a sour apple town club.
Fine.
Why can't I find? Here they are. God damn it!
I've got a show to run. I'm the face of the franchise, snaggletooth and all. Hey, guys, me! I've got a guest coming in.
I don't
Where?
see him.
On your back?
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well,
through you?
Did you give him? Did you give him the link? Is he going to figure it out?
Well, yes. And
do you have a new live-in guest?
Yeah.
Is this a surprise?
Hey, it's Will. What's up, Will?
No, it's not.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. A new live-in guest.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Is it Hodge? Hodge is back.
It's not a live-in. Where did you get live-in from?
Where'd you get that the moon landings were fake? I mean, we can just say anything we want now.
The moon landings weren't fake.
And
you said a new live-in guest or a living guest. The caption said living, but I'm pretty sure you said live-in. You said a new. Sorry, I'm sorry, a new live-in guest.
Rewind that.
It's not a live-in. Where did you get living from? Where did you get the moon landings were fake? I mean, we can just say anything we want now. Moon landings were fake, and if they.
Here, I'll watch it back.
I like the transcript. Unfortunately, that thing pops up randomly. And it'll transcribe music I'm listening to. It's fucking weird.
Okay.
I do like popping the show's picture-in-picture out so that I can change screens now without fucking missing the show. That's great. Whoever's I also have share the same tab if you're actually sharing list play.
Good job.
If you're sharing link playlist maker links, you can open it in the same window now. There's a little option down at the bottom if you prefer that.
There has not been one fuck up on tonight's show.
I agree.
There are 7 people watching right now.
Well, good for that 7 fucking people.
I'm one of them.
We're here for us, not them.
Yeah, dude. There's like a 5-second attention span. It has to be flashing lights. It has to be showing 4 different things at one time.
I'm sorry, I stopped paying attention to that sentence. What?
With somehow a bowl of fish or something at the bottom. Like there has to be another component besides the 4 topics being told. Or this next generation just doesn't watch anything. So I don't really care to cater to that nonsense. I'm doing this for me. Gary, you're muted.
So this is, I think, the excavation. Pictures of the excavation of Gobekli.
What the fuck is you mean excavation?
Teepee.
Do you say ask or axe?
Gobekli, Teepee, Tepe.
Excavation.
Like you don't realize how big these things are until you put some motherfuckers next to them. Those are your bags. Those are your famous bags.
My man was a German name of Klaus Schmidt. He rediscovered it 30 years after it was first decidedly. They decided it was.
So he fucking Christopher Columbus did. That's great. We got a fucking throwback to that later.
Well, no, they decided 30 years prior to Klaus Schmidt figuring out what it really was. They just decided it was an old cemetery.
Yeah, I just think that some
left it
jokester
alone.
here just made like a stone penis is what I kind of, and then the tip kind of fell off, it broke.
The thing is, it's like 20 enclosures, and the only one that we've really dug out is enclosure D, and then we plot this visitor center on top of most of it. We can't excavate a vast majority of it, and I don't think they want us to. I mean, you're dealing with the Turkish government, so I don't know how much. Now that Klaus Schmidt died back, I want to say 2014.
Correct.
But he worked on it from 1998 to the day he died, and it kind of stopped with him, like Chuck Norris, who also died.
Yeah, so
you're saying he
I
was
see some
murdered by the
wobbliness in this
Turkish,
one here.
allegedly?
He was murdered by Chuck Norris, allegedly.
Chuck Norris didn't die. He was murdered by
Oh yeah, you're never gonna get through it. Göbekli Tepe.
What's the English translation of that?
Potbelly Hill.
It would be
Göbekli
that.
Tepe. Oh, let's just call it Potbelly Hill then.
Definition of that.
Okay.
Y'all go down to Potbelly Hill. It sounds so fucking white trash shit.
Right.
Potbelly Hill. Yeah.
Actually, you just call it Belly Hill.
No, it's a Potbelly. Like a
Yeah,
Potbelly pig. Yeehaw.
Sounds
I know.
like Country Blumpkins, doesn't it? A little bit.
Right.
Oh,
Goddamn, we got 2 shout outs to.
We got a
random
bunch of
things.
stuff to get to. Can we get to some stuff? This is
Yeah,
good
we've been
stuff.
looking
though.
at pictures of
Sure.
Göbekli Tepe, you
Listen.
fucking fuck.
Göbekli Tepe. Okay, one of the most important things about Göbekli Tepe is the animals depicted. One of the featured animals is the scorpion.
No, it's not. The fucking
Yes, it is.
architecture, bro.
It's the numbers, bro.
It could be the numbers. It could be the architecture. But it's definitely the animals.
It's the tourism is the actual.
All right,
only
doesn't
real
it depict
answer now.
animals that were potentially not from?
They weren't from around there. That's the thing, yeah. Like, how'd they even know about them?
Well,
It's almost
they're
as
very
if you can't
vague.
make a
I mean,
boat.
they're not dissected. They just look like.
It was like
shapes
boats
of
are hard or something.
Animal
It's
crackers.
pretty good artwork, actually, for ancient hunter-gatherers.
Maybe they were more.
Keep
than
in mind,
that.
this was 10,000 years ago.
Nah, debatable.
No, it's
Could be
not.
more than.
It was more
than
than
10,000 years.
Yeah, it was like 12,000 years ago.
Mm.
Talking just before the Younger Dryas event. The first thaw out for a good 1,000 years.
Yeah,
1,000 years.
I'm more of
thaw.
a fan of the older Dryas event, but
There is an older Dryas event. Well, an older Dryas era, a period of time.
I'm more
that
like
is called
the
the older
fan of
Dryas.
the wet event,
Wet?
like wheat thins.
Like wheat thins?
Why are you saying it
Quill?
like that?
actually 9,600 BCE. The oldest possible date is what AI says, but I was arguing that AI earlier because.
Now we're talking about
Right.
possums.
Yeah.
Well,
no, we're not talking about AI, but that's okay.
Oh,
there
I got
was
all kinds.
organic material in the,
Yeah.
the
12,000-year-olds.
but that means we're dating it to when it stopped being used as a site. They call it a temple. I don't think it matches anybody's idea of what a temple is, but their civilization, their society wasn't like ours. So the word that we have maybe in our language is temple, but that's not what they would consider it.
Think they call
Or
it
maybe it
Tepley?
is. I don't know.
I think they pronounce it Tepley.
No, they would not.
Göbekli
How the
Tepe.
fuck would you know, dude?
We seldom call.
Brady says, you see how that works? Brady says, I think. And you go, no, they don't.
I'm not allowed.
You
to
don't
think
go,
unless
I don't,
what
yeah, I
Gary
don't
tells
think
me to
so.
think.
You just go, no. You don't go,
I think temple.
don't
I think temple
think.
and Tepe sounds a little similar. That's all.
I think asshole and
Brady,
Gary
if
sounds
Brady
similar.
really thinks that it's called Tepe, he's wrong. So no, Göbekli Tepe is the current modern Turkish version of what we called that hill. So my initial correction of no
So this is
is to
essentially
let
what
Brady know he doesn't really think that, and I know he doesn't really think that.
So this is essentially what it
so
looked
no.
like.
Even
So as
if
we
I'm-
saw, like, this looks pretty like meh. But then when you saw the guy was like, you know, yay big, and these were gigantic,
Yeah.
then you kind of go, okay, that's interesting. So when it comes to the filling, you don't think that some asshole that was like, maybe this was like a religious sacrifice, or maybe like something crazy happened here, and they were like, all right, let's just cover this bitch up. But you would think that you need like a backhoe for that shit, you know?
Actually, bigger excavation equipment than that. It's a huge complex.
Avoid the backhoe. Go for the more virtuous front hoe.
What would make more sense is hundreds of years of sandstorms, natural moving of sand. It would make more sense because people don't bury an important land site like a
Sure. Well,
like this giant landmark, this monument that is a pinnacle of their civilization. They don't just bury it. I think the people disappeared. They stopped. Right, exactly. It was theorized that it was backfilled. Why?
The backfill used to bury the structure of Göbekli Tepe consisted of primarily of flat-sized landstone rubble. This material is mixed with large quantities of other detritus, including animal bone. Well, maybe it just happened to be in there. With this,
it could have been buried by somebody who
napping, soil and sediment refuse. Interesting.
Wasn't as advanced and wanted to hide all their history.
It was. Listen, so it was comprised of limestone, animal bones, stone tools, and waste from flint napping, and also general sediment and debris luckily brought from nearby areas, soil and sediment refuse. So it does seem like it was just age. Age is what buried it, not anything in particular, right?
That's my theory, but a lot of people come forward with the backfill hypothesis, and I just don't buy it.
In the middle of the desert, it probably happens a lot faster than we would assume.
Right.
No trace.
Well, if you'll recall, the Sphinx was buried up to its neck.
I mean, it just sounded like it could be just like a landfill. You know, I don't know. Hey,
Wait,
this is a big
hang
hole.
on.
Let's just dump our shit in here.
In Jor's vein, what if I didn't recall it? Would it have still happened?
Yeah.
Okay, then that was dumb.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I was thinking,
right? Or
Sorry,
if you don't recall.
No, whether or not you recall is irrelevant. But if you do recall, I don't need to tell you again.
But you need to tell us again because that's the show.
Oh, yeah. So I'll tell you again. The Sphinx was buried up to its neck.
What about its sphincter? Is there a Sphinx?
It's
sphincter?
The sphincter was buried.
Because it was a cat back there.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, but it didn't have to get covered over quickly. No one was around to look at it. So
some believers some believe that once an enclosure had served its specific religious or celestial purpose, it was retired. Similar to other ancient cultures, the builders may have viewed these sites as having supernatural power. They need to be sanctified or neutralized once they were no longer in use or prevent accidental sacrilege. The site contains of multiple layers of enclosures built on top of each other. This suggests a pattern where a structure was used for about a century, buried, and then a new one was built directly above it. So this could go back. This could go deeper than what we, what would be assumed.
Back
right.
Right. It could go back even further. And how deep have we been able to dig? Not far, right?
Not very far. They say 5%.
They hope Giza radar guy gets his fucking, radar in that shit.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to know what's below that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Anything that's above that motherfucker.
I hope what's as above might be so below it. Natural process, erosion or slope slides, building collapse, a daily refuse. The backfill contains massive amounts of animal bones and flint tools, which might be might simply be settlement waste and accumulated over 1,500 years of habitation nearby. I mean, that's kind of right. There's a big hole in the ground. Let's just throw all our shit in there. Ew, this is gross. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. There's a big hole over there. Just fucking chuck it. Right?
I think that there was just stuff that they were using.
I gotta take a shit. Oh, there's a big hole over there.
I believe they found milling stone wheels.
Schmidt often appeared serene to colleagues and visitors, walking the dusty ridges of Göbekli Tepe with quiet reverence.
See, told you it was Tepe.
Always in hand. But behind that measured calm lay a scholar.
Measured calm?
What do you say? That's what I heard.
Settling implications.
Of course, that's what we heard.
Schmidt's private notes and unpublished
Schmidt's gay.
drafts, discovered after his death in 2000,
Oh, I just reference.
reveal a
Or German.
mind increasingly preoccupied not just with what was built, but how it could have been built at all. Schmidt's team carefully pulled away layers of soil and backfill. The stones themselves began to reveal an even deeper order than anyone had guessed. In the dry Anatolian light, drone surveys and laser scans captured what the eye
Anatolian?
alone might miss. The stone circles were not placed at random, nor purely by sight or instinct. Instead, their layout followed precise geometric rules.
I still don't know why, like,
Archaeologists
literally finding multiple examples of this is proof that they had it, yet we're still like, how did they do that? They clearly had, at the very least, a level, right? I mean, come on. It's not that hard to make something even with something else. You could have a piece of string and make a piece of string go how far out, and a piece of string, you know.
You just.
I know it was way more
again,
precise than
it'd
that,
be
but
like,
that's just one example.
It'd be like me just going out. All you do is just put some ones and zeros together, and you know, yeah, it should just be easy to just make a computer program. Shouldn't be that difficult to just slap a website together, should it, Brady?
I agree. That's a bad example because you know it is.
Yeah, I don't agree though. That's the thing.
Here's the thing: as long as
Look,
at that time
I
one
have
person knew how to do it, then
I
you
have
could
a
get the
fabrication
information.
background. This stuff does not.
Yeah,
it's not
we,
so.
we
simple.
know you have
It's
a
not so easy.
fabrication. We call it bullshitting,
Yeah, when
not
you're
fabricating.
dealing with soft materials like metal, that's a different story. When you're dealing with solid material like stone,
it's a little bit harder.
It's a different game. It's
come on, that was
the
funny.
reason we use steel is because it's soft. It bends. It's like a rubber band. You know, stone is hard.
Did I miss something? Why is Graham Hancock on the left there?
I don't know. I like when you said Hancock though.
Collaborating on the project, discovered that several enclosures were linked by shared central axes. This idea challenged not just a scholarly timeline, but the very way we understand ourselves, suggesting that humanity's deepest impulse was not to tame the earth, but to gather together, raise monuments to unseen forces, and look up at the sky.
Wait, that's
in
the
shared
that's
wonder.
the.
Today, Göbekli Tepe continues to inspire new excavations, technologies, and debates. Each newly uncovered carving or enclosure extends Schmidt's legacy, not as a man who solved the mystery.
I paid a few $100 to go see the ruins in Mexico, and it was just a bunch of fucking old rocks in the grass, looked like a field.
Yeah. And the wind that blows across the hilltop stones.
I could have made up a shitload of stories about it too.
Mystery Schmidt himself once described as an
we're not
answer
supposed to swear. A
waiting
bunch of
for
Schmidt.
its question. The astronomer's puzzle, humanity's first calendar, carvings long dismissed as mere decoration, scorpions, vultures, wild boar, were reinterpreted as a
Wild boar.
symbolic code,
Or.
perhaps representing ancient constellations as they
Are we playing or?
11,000
I
years
got
ago.
broken news queued
The
up for
famous
some
vulture
reason because I
stone,
try to go in order.
its strange orb hovering overhead,
or
fueled
infinity,
theories of an early understanding
which
of
you claim there's
celestial
no
cycles,
proof of.
maybe even the slow procession
Is
of
that what I claim?
equinoxes. A discovery historians had thought millennia beyond the reach of Stone
Instead of just
Age
saying it's not
minds.
definable, you say
If
it's not
true,
achievable or
Göbekli
something.
Tepe was not just
I've got the
a
perfect
that sounds
sequitur
like
coming
a
up, so
sanctuary, but
give me.
also its first observatory.
If you can dump
Cosmic
back to my
calendar
screen when you're done with your screen here, I've got a quick sequitur. Perfect
Oh,
sequitur.
okay. Give me a sequitur.
I'm still sharing my screen. Put it back to my screen, bro.
I'm not sharing my screen, bro.
Well, I'm still showing that I'm sharing my screen, but somebody removed it from the fray here. So
where's your screen?
I see a screen.
So yeah, I'm not seeing it.
I don't
on the
see it
preview.
either.
You took me
I don't see
away.
it.
Huh?
You took me away, bro.
I want to see it. There it is.
All right.
Why is your screen so
deliberately
long?
preserving, deliberate preservation or hiding, protecting records. Some research suggests that the site was buried to protect its intricate carvings from the elements of future threats. Catalyst for change. It sounds like maybe a bunch of blue-haired fucking assholes were. Another theory, whatever this word is, posits, yeah, that these hunter-gatherer groups were transitioning from farming, Neolithic revolution. They buried the old ritual centers as a symbolic break from their ancestral tradition. So I think they were just kind of like, I don't know, tearing down statues and shit. Much like the inverse
I think we're just making
this.
crap up at this point.
So Christopher Columbus statue was torn down during the BLM riots for some reason, as if they're mad about being here. So Christopher Columbus statue has been erected outside of an ordnance federal office building on the White House grounds. So, you know, it's just a return to the roots. I know Christopher Columbus has a lot of negativity towards him, but at the same time, like, you know, he was just a man of his era. He looks really fucking weird here.
Yeah, he does.
He actually looked like that. But the funny thing is I found this on Facebook, actually. That was where I stumbled across it. The problem here is the comment section here. So anyone want to tell him that Columbus never stepped foot on the actual U.S. mainland? I don't know who. I don't know who argued, right? So giving props to the OG of Epstein Island.
Who's that?
I'm surprised it's not a statue of him, meaning who? Trump, I guess, right? Now in Latin America, we observe Indigenous Peoples Day instead of alongside Columbus Day to honor indigenous cultures and acknowledge the harm caused by colonization. Breaking news, the Vikings got here more than 400 years earlier.
Yep.
Again, another... Right, so if you just go down this comment section, it's literally just a bunch of just... Where has our culture gone as far as just respecting what was and, you know, and how it became, regardless of what the story is or isn't?
I was born on Columbus Day.
I never knew that.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I just don't... Columbus wasn't any worse than a lot of other people. I just feel like he needs his due, you know? It's like, it's kind of sad, you know? And so they're just trying to put a new statue up because they took the old one down, and all these people are just not understanding culture and history.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
It's okay. It's okay when the native tribes murder each other for, you know, how many fucking hundreds or thousands of years. But when the white man comes and does it, even though they really didn't.
I'm getting him.
Brady makes a valid point. That doesn't make it okay. It's not just okay.
A lot of that didn't happen, though. It really actually didn't happen how.
Oh,
did they fabricated it? Let's
I
ask
don't know.
the fabricator.
Yeah, history is a hoax. Never happened.
They fooled me, Jerry.
Yeah.
I think I shared a link for a 300-year gap in our history that we may or may not get through today.
I love so right here, AI, is the smallpox blanket theory true? At first it said yes, but then I went to AI mode, and then it goes, the smallpox blanket theory is historically grounded in at least one documented instance.
Wait, what?
So there are myths about the smallpox blanket theory that is not true. There's also a lot of myths that...
That's the one I opened,
yeah.
even. How about that?
The number...
talk.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people
hear
it and think, hey, that means something big. But actually, in fundamental physics,
This was clip number
it's a
one.
diagnostic tool.
Yeah.
Infinity is generally a meaningless result when it emerges from the equations of fundamental
I
physics.
feel a big drop coming in
And
the
so
music.
what it tells us is not that something's big, but infinity tells us that we don't fully understand what we are doing. It's like nature grabs physicists by the lapel and slaps them around by giving this result of infinity.
Welcome to Fladge Rants Live. We're here Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday, 10 p.m. Every Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this, it really helps us a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. You can just do it.
Measure infinity on a
I would argue that
piece of equipment. Infinity is meaningless.
at least I'm here every Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Mathematical understanding of physics.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm right here.
There's been times.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been time.
This show takes place every week.
I'm just saying. Other people have had dropouts on the show. I'm just saying that my track record speaks for itself.
My guest never showed up.
Did you send him a link?
Yes.
Was it the guest link?
Yes.
Oh, nice job.
Oh.
Well, yeah, really. Super good. It worked great.
She's gonna like, you know,
argue that your end and my end
I don't know.
was bidet clean, and maybe their end was the dirty end.
Yeah,
no
I know.
It's no way to treat our guests. Who I don't even know who it is.
Well, you just heard his voice, so yes, you do.
He's here. He's in the chat. He said, so far he said, that looks like the dog from Road Warrior.
I like how you don't acknowledge that he's been active in the show already.
He said, did Chuck Norris die, or is he still alive and we're all dead? He said, Chuck Norris will be giving the eulogy at his own funeral.
Yes.
Chuck Norris didn't die. He decided he didn't want to live anymore.
Oh.
Chuck Norris just went up to prepare everyone else for the rapture.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Is that good? I just made that up.
Okay, good. No, it's not.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a Bowflex joke in there somewhere. Or no, was it a Bowflex? Also, what was the T-1000? What was this fucking? No, that's the Terminator. What was this fucking thing? His wife, she was always like, hug a tree. The thing that went up and down. The fucking, the fuck was that called?
Master.
Was that? Yeah, no, not Thigh Master. It was called Climb. God damn it. Climaxer.
Well, I'd rather watch Suzanne Summers.
Can you hear me typing furiously?
Me too.
Yeah.
The Total Gym is just simply what it was called.
Damn it, you beat me to it. The Total Gym it is. God damn it.
That's not what you were
Hug
looking
a
for, was it?
I thought it had a better name, but the Total Gym. I thought he also did Bowflex commercials at a certain point, but maybe I'm confusing that. But the Total Gym, yeah.
This is a picture of my son, Dakota, when he was 1 year old. When he got older...
Fucking Mike Lindell in this bitch.
Martial arts and on the Total Gym. He became a third-degree black belt in martial arts, and he's also a third degree...
He also became gay.
And we still work out together. That was 4 years ago.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You actually don't still work out together, but that's okay.
For my karate, martial arts, and gymnastics, and it has benefited me just exponentially. So for my martial arts, if I want to increase my power, my speed, this is the workout I like to do right in here, right arm out, left on chamber.
I'd like to think he's still there in his heart.
So for my triceps, I like to work this one here.
In his
Back straight, shoulders
brain.
back.
That's actually not, according to Gary, that's not a thing.
Constant tension the entire time.
It's not. It is to me.
You actually don't store information in your heart.
No, you don't.
It's actually just an electrical impulse that operates your heart.
See, you don't understand the zeros and ones, but I'd be so bold as to say every part of your body carries some type of DNA code, so your heart actually does carry some type of a...
Valid.
Simulation theory, then.
Splicer.
If you're somebody that's struggling with pull-ups, and if you require a band or anything like that, the great thing about the
Slicer.
is you can adjust it at any level that suits you. So,
just
right here, we're at the top.
I can't wait till the mustache phase is done.
You're not supposed to ride that on your front.
I just feel like this would be perfectly normal, but since he has a mustache, it's just...
Dude, it's literally a Chuck Norris mustache. You can get that for Halloween.
Is the joke? Is that a joke then?
And so on.
I don't.
This is the Halloween episode.
If that's his kid, that's Dakota Norris. Dakota. You don't name your children after states, man.
And this mimics
Should name them
the
Ticks.
bench press. This right in here is how you're gonna really grow that chest.
Walker.
And then you can come out here.
He got talked out of Walker.
Most people don't realize when you're
In Texas is already copyrighted, so you're gonna have to.
The
go
fuck was
somewhere else.
Walker's first name? I think it was like John Walker.
doing these exercises, they're compact.
Can we guess what Chuck Norris's?
So,
It was
for
Walker,
example,
Texas
when I'm
Ranger. What was his
doing
first
this,
name?
Not only am I working my chest,
I don't
you can
know.
feel it in your shoulders, you can feel it in your abs, because you're flexing to keep that stabilization.
It was.
It does
I think it's
wonders
John.
for the entire body.
You know, I've been doing it for
Ooh.
50 years.
Cordell.
It just says
Cordell
Cordell.
Walker.
Ranger Cordell.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that does sound familiar. The weirdest episode was my dad and I used to always watch. Well, I mean, most people probably did, but the funniest episode, and usually they're not funny episodes, is the one where frickin' he infiltrates like some type of trafficking situation with I think Mexicans across the border. And so he's like, he just kind of like sort of dirt faces himself, which is like a borderline blackface, but he literally looks like Walker, Texas Ranger. And he's like speaking Spanish sort of, but in a very Texas dialect. And he looks like a fucking white guy. And everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is Mexican, you know. And it's a good two-parter. It's a really good one, but it's hilarious if you look at it in the context of like, this guy's obviously an American. Yeah. Forget what the fuck his name was, but it's a really good episode. And it's one of the few two-parters. Because I remember my dad and I were watching like the reruns, and we saw the first part of the episode, and then it was a random rerun afterwards, and we're like, where the fuck's the other half of this episode? Like we want to see what became of the situation. And so it took quite a while before we saw the part two, which part two played out of left field as well. Is Gary okay? Do we need to call? Okay, there he is. There was no movement from Gary, no sound. The dog was barking. I got concerned for a second.
Okay, good. So if the Texas Ranger conversation is done, I'd like to hijack my own podcast for a second. Brady reminded
excuse me. No.
Okay.
You have not been gifted this podcast back after you left it. So you're a guest here. So go ahead, have the floor.
Okay. So, Brady just reminded me back in the day, I don't know, it was, I guess it continues to this day, where literally has been overused. Today, these days, recently, I've noticed the phrase that's being overused is low key. And it's low
That's
key.
not the Disney series?
Okay. So yes, there's the Loki with Owen Wilson and the guy who plays Loki. That's a pretty good show, actually.
That's what I thought they meant.
But they're actually using it correctly. Where literally they were never using it correctly. Ironic, no one's ever used right. And but low key, recently, I've heard it just so many times. But they take an extreme exaggeration, and then they put low key in front of it, and they're actually using it correctly. So,
If they're using it too much, isn't that kind of high key?
I don't know if it works that way. But
cricket's button here somewhere.
It is.
Yep. Don't interrupt Gary. Gary needs to talk. Let him talk.
It is still annoying.
Why are you gay?
When people overuse a phrase. And right now, that phrase is low key. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
So you think like low key is like literally annoying?
Thanks, Drawer.
Like I just wanted to like literally just point that out that I kind of low key, but
okay. The Brady, the farts program. Can we do a 5-word search?
Farts
We can
program?
do amazing things. Yes, the
Is that an
farts
acronym?
program, the Fladge Archive Rants transcript search.
Can you please type in yes and no, it depends?
I like a good farts.
Let's hear that. This will be fun. I didn't try this. I didn't test this out before. Nothing.
No results for.
That's always
yes
the
and
best
no, it
to
depends.
do. It's always number one to do.
It depends. Just it depends.
Uh-oh.
Nothing?
Now we know that has to be there. Maybe there's something wrong.
There we go.
Changes week to week.
Did you hear? He said it real fast. You could barely hear it, but it was there.
I thought it was Kamala.
I went back
Yeah,
15
I don't know.
seconds. Wait.
I thought it was Kamala.
It depends on what. Yeah, it depends. It changes week to week.
It depends. Oh, electrocution.
I miss my old microphone.
Where you shot?
Depends on where you're electrocuted.
It depends.
Everything depends. Everything depends on.
The Ugandan giant, the mighty Kamala.
Not logically. You know,
Where I am. Depends on where I am.
Depends.
Depends on where in the world does drawer go.
Well, where in the world
That's
is
funny.
your?
I'm here. Depends
All right.
on it. It depends. So if she.
It depends.
Why you?
Am I the only one that
If I
uses
was
that
able
word?
to, if I was able to,
I guess it depends on what it is. I guess it really depends on what it is. Because if I said,
does it really
Double
depend on what
depends.
it is? We
If-
say everything
it
on this
was.
show twice. From what I can tell, we say everything on this show twice.
Everything
Because it's the delay, I think. The delay, I think.
I don't think it's the delay. It's not the delay.
Wow. You're creating new doubles all the time. That's fun. Depends on how far back you're willing to go.
We're not.
Wow,
we're
what a
trying to go
nice cool
forward
looking.
through it.
It depends on.
Ardipithecus.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Someone else say it. Goddammit.
It depends.
Godfather of
Search that now.
quantum physics is.
It's definitely you. That one was definitely you because I was not on that episode.
Right. It does. It just depends on your perspective. Like that's
There you
me.
go.
Okay, thank you, Brady. That wasn't the result I was looking for, but I enjoyed it anyway.
No.
Yeah. Seem to be the only one though. I would much rather have Chuck Norris talk back, but no, go ahead. It's your show.
Oh, I'm good. I did bring a couple good clips to the table.
One thing
Rushmore.
they are not ranked 1 through 4. It is just
They're
the
not.
4.
Was something I did live or recorded.
Wait, what do you mean you did it?
Yeah, see, I thought this
Fuck
was
it,
like
we'll do it
this.
live.
I don't know. There is some resemblance. I don't know if it's just the mustache, goatee, beard combination with the glasses, and then the hat makes you wonder about what's under the dome. I thought it was maybe like a family. I thought it was like a family reunion. I don't know.
He and I go way back.
I know. I can tell why you're friends.
How
You guys
far
are into
back?
similar shit.
How far to the back? How far to the back do you go?
Yeah, so I did watch this, and I do have a comment after it's played, but that's okay. We'll wait.
All right. There it is.
Just give me like 3 seconds to prepare for this bullshit that we're about to watch. Just hang on.
My thing is more or less. Never mind. I'll just let him speak for himself.
hey, so give me your Mount Rushmore.
The one thing
Mount Rushmore.
is they are not ranked 1 through 4. It is just
they're
the
not?
4.
Of rock bands.
Oh my god, for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Pause.
Led Zeppelin.
Like
If you are
Sorry.
if you are wearing a shirt of a band that you have liked since childhood, and I'm an adult now, and I want to show everyone that I still like this band, and I'm an old school. Get over your horse shit. I'm fucking tired of these band shirts just to try to let everyone know I listen to cool music. One of my coworkers even was wearing like a Breaking Benjamin shirt, and it's like, okay, cool. I don't like you're on a Zoom call. You're on a
Have an
Zoom call. Why are you
exception.
wearing like no one cares what music you listen to. I don't give a shit.
What if your children give them to you trying to connect because they think you're an old rocker?
I have concert shirts, sure, but that is not a concert shirt. Guarantee
No,
it.
I get the concert shirts. I get the fake Walmart shirts. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is.
I need something to wear when I'm out in the yard.
My bitch needed to go to get some outfit for some dumb fucking event she was going to. She liked this dumb thing she saw at Old Navy. I hadn't been to Old Navy in forever. It fucking felt awkward there, and she felt the same way. Dude, they have like those shirts at Old Navy. They have Nirvana shirts. They've got like it's weird.
Sure.
But let him continue about his childish fantasy of still loving his childish.
Led Zeppelin?
There you go.
Oh, no kidding. Representing.
Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell
Tell
me
when I
about
grew
Creed.
up.
Can I give you 1 and 2 honorable mentions, or is that cheating?
That is cheating,
Does he
and I
watch?
will allow it.
Okay. Out of these 3 bands, I'm gonna have my 4th one.
Don't say Metallica.
Van Halen.
Okay,
Oh.
I like it.
AC/DC and Aerosmith would be on the very next rung down.
Right, okay.
That's my top 6.
1 out of 6 ain't bad. What in the fucking holy hell is he talking about?
When someone
Guns N'
asks you
Roses?
that, when someone asks you that question, do you guys legitimately answer that? Are you able to answer that? Like,
Yeah, I could answer it
I'm
instantly,
not.
but we're gonna wait.
I'm not. No.
So
I'm not.
okay, first of all,
I don't know.
My
There's too
my
many
wife and I
choices.
literally over dinner spent our entire, what's important in priorities. Our love is tight. Our bills are paid. So we talked about this.
Whacking off over 5
exclusively.
bands. You need to get over yourself.
No. It has nothing to do with what I like. We're talking about the Mount Rushmore. It's a consensus. We're putting it in stone on a mountain. So it's not necessarily what you think. It's what we all think together. We have to agree on 4. That's the whole point of a Mount Rushmore. It's
Top
what
dollar
you think.
earners is all that matters. Then.
What you think the top 4 Family Feud answers are. That's what a Mount Rushmore should be.
All that
Am I
matters
wrong?
is whatever made the most revenue.
You can have your own personal Mount Rushmore. I would. That satisfies me.
Good, bad, or indifferent, the most revenue means the most people were willing to spend that much more money on it. So usually that's an indicator right there of what the most successful is, whether it's good
Yeah,
or
we
bad
know your
art.
metric, dollars and views, blah blah blah. That's
Look,
so
you can
simplistic.
tape a fucking banana to a wall and it sounds dumb until you sell it for way, and then
But
someone
are you
steals
knocking? Are you knocking the person that valued it?
it. No,
or the person
I mean,
that
no,
shared
it's
their heart
just
and
the
soul
system.
and banana peel.
It's just the system. I don't agree with it, but I don't
Right.
I don't
Perfect.
refute the
Perfect.
system.
Now that we're on the same page, so you don't have to agree with it, but you have to pick it.
I guess I agree with the fact that that's where we've come to. But if it was,
So let's continue.
but that's
shall
what it
we?
is. It's what it is.
Gary's dying to say something. I think.
I'm waiting for him to interject, but
he's
there.
See, yep.
I kind of explain that if you quick answer something, it's your answers are not laminated or locked in stone. But if you take your time, then you're stuck with your answers.
Why did you have to use 2
Locked in stone.
laminated or locked in stone? They both meant the same thing.
Well, no. Once you say locked in stone, the laminated one really doesn't mean much at all.
Yeah, because the lamination would, as we saw with Gobekli,
And we're literally
stone is
we're literally talking about Mount Rushmore, so it would be locked in stone. That's what I would do.
Right. I want
Good
to
point.
laminate it
Good
in
point.
stone.
No, you want to stone it and then laminate it. Well, it's
Wait, why
stone.
don't they cover the Mount Rushmore with the same shit we cover the surfaces of our phone? Then they would last forever. Wouldn't get all
Laminate
scratched out.
it?
Laminate it.
My
Screen-
phone is scratched. I
screen
don't know about you.
Okay, so I don't even need to criticize the first 4 answers. We need to build off the answers that come next because this makes it way more specific and much easier to annihilate.
Okay, let's do it.
Next, Mount Rushmore of rock and roll songs. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I wanna back that up for a second, just because that's the important part. We're not talking metal. We're not talking classic rock. We're not talking hillbilly rock or country rock. You specifically both times said the rock and roll band and rock and roll songs. So if you list things that don't have roll, they should be excluded. I need to
Just
add
really
that
quick,
part.
are you telling me that these people don't all look alike? I just saying it seems like a
The
family
guy in the
reunion.
background is wearing a Motorhead shirt.
And they have a
It's
song.
Motorhead
They have a
shirt.
song called "Rock and Roll," but I wouldn't count that for some reason because it's metal.
They all just
British.
sit around and talk about their favorite bands. Fucking.
That
But I
is a
think
Motorhead shirt.
Every personal vote counts. Like if we were going to have a Mount Rushmore, we would commission it and we would let the public vote. And if I was running it, I would pick the top 4 that everybody decided on.
Is it just me?
It's just you.
Like I love disc golf. I don't want to talk about my favorite disc. I don't want to talk about discs. You know, I love basketball.
Right.
I don't want to talk about basketball shoes or different basketball, you know, actual basketball brands. Like,
Is there anything
my
you want to
favorite
talk about
disc ball
that
thing,
isn't
I
just
don't know.
criticizing other people, though?
Yeah.
It's just
honestly,
kind of
want
dumb. I thought that's why I was on the show.
no, I'm not criticizing it or you. I'm just asking an honest question.
Did he freak out the clerk?
Like-
Like, he dared? It's kind of like my. It's kind of.
Besides
Well,
yourself,
let's criticize his choices then. Come on.
Oh yeah, the choices. Everybody got choices. What's this
Kinda my
gentleman's name? Did he doesn't share his name? He's just a guy that's
I don't
giving
know.
us Mount Rushmore.
I know his name.
Everybody got choices.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Led Zeppelin.
Route much more up
Okay.
there, man.
Mount Rushmore of rock and roll songs. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
So I do appreciate. I shit on him, but I do appreciate he is being put on the spot and he's actually coming up with an answer. I would be boring and I'd go, and then I wouldn't have a video on the show. So
Right.
put him over for that.
Yeah, it was so spur of the moment. I had the phone turned the wrong way, and Brady had to fix the ratio. Yes,
I
but
know.
Brady.
Help me! He'd send a text message. Can somebody help?
Yeah.
It was already. Yeah, I.
From portrait to landscape.
It was already fixed before Gary.
I don't have it enabled all the time, but there's actually a studio edit option in Tube.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
I was almost going to do it, but then I figured I'm sure you could do it faster. Yeah.
Yeah, I blew it. But
Oh, sorry.
that-
I hit this before I even started his answer. My bad.
yeah, give him a chance. Maybe he says something different this time.
Yeah, he's trying to say this.
Can I finish?
Spot.
Okay. Top of my head.
Yeah. Because I'm putting you on the spot.
No, you know what? Just this time, give me whatever's on the bottom of your foot.
Yes.
These are not being laminated. You're allowed to change your mind at any time in the future.
All right. I know it's
Lamination
kind of
twice.
Number one.
Just by saying that you have a softie does not excuse the fact that you actually have a softie.
No, this was after the gangbang. So.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
I know it's kind of a softie, but number one, I think November Rain is like a modern fucking masterpiece.
The greatest song written ever.
Like probably.
It's a ballad. It's rock
So
and roll
you can just go
song.
November Rain, but to like almost
November
like.
Rain.
So I love November Rain.
Greatest
I
song
think it's
of
one
all
of
time.
the. It's a great. I think it's an awesome song. Love it.
Sure,
Great song.
but it's not in the top 4 rock and roll
But
songs.
did you hear? He almost like
If
he almost
I-
shed a tear. Did you hear?
If
when
you
he said
back
it?
me into a corner and pick a rock and roll song,
like-
it would have to be Paradise City or what's the other one that? Welcome to the
November Rain is
Jungle?
amazing. It has a lot to do with just the themiology, the drama,
Right, but-
the rock that's involved in it. It's kind of like a ballad. Then you get Slash's guitar solo
It's
that was
kind of
edited
like a
out on
ballad.
most radio
Hold
usually.
up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. It's kind of a ballad.
It's a ballad.
There's 7 minutes with nothing but him. And
I don't
piano.
know if most ballads have a fucking guitar
And Rain.
solo like that. Is why I would
Right.
kind of.
Oh, all good ballads should have a guitar solo. Prince.
It's
started
got
that.
like that though, well, like an icon, like one of the most iconic guitar solos in that era.
So all right.
That's
I
why
mean,
I go that era. I always parse things as that era because I understand that.
I literally
You
went to
can't look at
school
it-
how to talk people that think Guns N' Roses is good down off the ledge, and I'm going to do my best here. All right, they were a fad at the time. There was a time in history where they were the greatest fad rock band, and what people wondered if Axl was going to show up or not. So it was amazing. It was like Madonna level. But other than those 2 months / 2 years, they're nothing. Appetite for Destruction, possibly. Now, if you would have said the best rock and roll albums overall, Appetite for Destruction, for sure. But to start out and open up with I can't even say the words. I'm going to puke. To say that as your rock and roll song, I mean, I know Route Muchmore don't
November
have an
Rain
order,
is a rock and roll ballad.
but he
That
says
is the
first.
single greatest song of all time.
Up there,
He's
man.
right. You're wrong.
Now apologize.
Now apologize.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, wait. He's got 3 other
You
chances
could-
to redeem himself. Let's
Do you
go.
feel like
Okay.
the longevity of a career bastardizes the situation, because if you look at, like, in my opinion, like Ice Cube was always garnered as like one of the best rappers. He wrote a lot of, if
Hold
not
on.
most of NWA's material. But he's been around for so long, and he's kind of just been in movies, and he's in commercials, and it's like you just kind of get used to it. When you have these situations where the artist dies or the band breaks up or they don't perform anymore, does that not elevate the folklore and the artistry that's already out there?
It would,
Right,
unless the question was this.
Next, Mount Rushmore of rock and roll songs. I know.
Wait, I'm sorry. The bands you must have said of all time. One of them you said greatest all time rock and roll bands. So that would, the criteria itself was of all time. So yes, longevity should have some type of weight with of all time.
I just think about like
history of forever. That's just my stupid opinion.
My youth, Pearl Jam was huge. At a certain point, Pearl Jam was just kind of like, yeah, okay, I get it. And it's I haven't listened to like anything beyond fucking Vitalogy really.
Grunge is excluded from rock and roll. It's grunge to me.
If Kurt Cobain had not died, like Nirvana was like my number one as a kid. Like and like Kurt Cobain, if he not died, I think I would have the same dynamic where like they would have made all this music and it would probably just whatever. It'd probably be some Green Day. I love Green Day. Green Day Dookie was my first parental advisory album that I owned. I haven't listened to several of their albums since I guess fucking the one with American Idiot on it, and it's just like I don't care anymore. Like I've heard it all. It's like okay, you just kind of get washed out, you know.
But while that may be a form of rock, it's not rock and roll, in my opinion. Like,
I guess Metallica.
rock
I would
and roll,
give Metallica that. Metallica is
Metallica
one
might
of
be
the staples
metal
that
rock,
stuck
hard
around.
rock, but it's not rock and roll.
It's puss rock, but it stuck around long enough. It's like that day era's Nickelback. If unfortunately, but it was
Nickelback might actually be rock and roll. So
it's 10 times better than Nickelback.
In order to be rock and roll, in my opinion, you have to have straight way over distorted guitars. You have to have 4/4 drums, nothing fancy. You have to be able to tap your toe to it, and almost everybody can play it. Not only listen to it and sing along, but also play it. It's so simple. Like I would say Rush, but well, let's just finish because I may have.
Yeah. These are not being laminated. You're allowed to change your mind at any time in the future.
All right.
Fourth time?
I know it's kind of a softie, but
you were
number
one.
one, I think November Rain is like a modern fucking masterpiece.
The greatest song ever.
He almost cried. You hear it? You hear it?
So I would even agree. I mean, your opinion being the greatest song ever.
Yeah.
Just because it's the greatest song ever doesn't mean it deserves to be on the rock and roll Mount Rushmore. If we were having the greatest song ever Mount Rushmore, then I would.
Okay.
When I present mine, you won't be able to argue out of them. You'll all agree with me.
Oh wow. Okay. Sweet Emotion. I know it's meat and potato.
Again, Sweet Emotion, Aerosmith. That's the rock and roll song you're going to pick. Not Toys in the Attic. Not.
You can tell he's too close to the subject by him describing it as meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
So I already just. He's too sentimental to this.
It's not even the best Aerosmith song.
It's another ballad. He likes ballads.
He
spent a lot of time alone in his car crying, maybe? No offense. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I do that.
No, he loves the emotional ones.
I love emotional songs.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't talk about them. I don't tell people about them.
Certainly wouldn't. The only Mount Rushmore they deserve on is pussified ballads, which are fine. Right. I like them. As a drummer, I can't stand playing them.
Meat potatoes is great.
Okay. Dazed and Confused off Led Zepp 1.
Okay.
Is number 3.
Again, I would have went with rock and roll. I would have went with rock and roll, but that's just my weird. Like if you're gonna pick the rock and roll
Gary Glitter,
Mount Rushmore,
the pedo.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Gary Glitter was a pedophile.
And
convicted.
Number 4 is Big Dick.
Hey.
Nice work.
Seeing War Pigs, that's a great song. I agreed with him at first, but then Black Sabbath is literally the godfathers of metal, not rock and roll. Heavy metal, to be specific. So, anybody want to share their Mount Rushmore, by any chance?
No, because I can't pick, and I know that I'm going to be biased as fuck. So I couldn't be able to pick 5. I've got like 50 that are tied at 5.
to be clear, this is a Mount Rushmore, 4 in no particular order. They're not my favorites. I don't even like some of them. But if you ask me what is the rock and roll Mount Rushmore, it would be Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, Chuck Berry, honorable mention Van Halen. Those are all simple rock bands. Like AC/DC should be there, but every one of their songs is literally the same song, so they don't really have a variety of writing. Mount Rushmore rock and roll songs: Bohemian Rhapsody, Stairway to Heaven, which is a ballad, doesn't belong there, but I don't know why you have to put Stairway to Heaven. It's literally the most popular rock and roll song in the world.
Right.
To give AC/DC some recognition, I'd say Back in Black is the song that should be on there. And finally, the one that nobody would agree with is Shout. You know that old 1950s song
Shout
about
at the devil.
Let me ask
No,
this.
shout. Put your hands up and shout.
How do they equate
A little bit softer now. A little bit
these
softer
days?
now.
'Cause
Dude, everybody knows that song.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because you have streams nowadays, people don't buy albums, and so how do they figure that out?
They put it in stone and talk about it on podcasts.
How do they
and come to a
equate
consensus?
How do they equate when you used to have to buy records, cassettes, and CDs to when I just have a streaming service and the song comes out and I just listen to it? How do they compare that?
They count on Spotify. It's way easier.
You can't compare that.
Yeah, it's more detailed.
Yeah,
now.
but there's been
nothing compares
how many
to you.
years of lost numbers? How do they put those numbers into Spotify and pad them for the artists that have been around before Spotify?
I would assume they could just add them with respect.
Well, how would you know how if I bought a CD? How would you know how many times I've listened to DMX? Frickin' It's Dark and Hell is Hot, because I've listened to that thousands of times.
How many thousands of times? There you go. Now we know.
Yeah.
So hopefully the record.
Yeah, but those numbers
watching
aren't
and they
added.
may
Those
know.
numbers aren't added to the listenership as far as
I
what
would be
the
so
numbers
bold
are.
as before
Album
Spotify
sales
pays
versus
out.
streaming numbers. How do you?
I would be so bold to say Spotify doesn't give a damn about the old numbers when they pay out their royalties, so they don't give a fuck. You'd have to
No,
figure
but
it
I'm
out
saying
yourself.
when you're making a Mount Rushmore, that is considered fandom. Revenue is one thing, fandom listenership is another. How do you say when
dude.
you go through this
Nowadays-
list of what the most popular
dude,
song
views
is?
are-
What is that based on?
I don't. My opinion, your opinion, and then those. If we can come up with a consensus of 4 between everybody's billion people opinions.
If there was always a streaming service, you could just go total number. I can pull up my Apple Music and go, "Hey, this is the song I've listened to the most ever." You can do that.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Yeah, so you're basing it exclusively on views and plays, whichever record company. Did you know that?
Well, that's what
when
the threshold
Pepsi
would
and
be
Michael
other
Jackson
than monetary
were together,
revenue.
and he came out with I think he released Bad, and they were going to fail. They weren't even like in the top 10, I don't know, whatever the numbers were. So the record company bought every last existing cassette record, play on the radio, everything they could do. They just paid for it and said, mark it down. And they were the #1 song like the next day because the Super Bowl show was coming out and it wasn't going to make them look very good. So I mean, that shit really doesn't matter and can be manipulated. I think like when you listen to the rock,
100%.
if you say it and somebody who has even the slightest bit of interest goes, oh, fuck off, it's probably not the right answer.
Didn't you say that on the YouTube side that there's actually like YouTube selling? Hey, we'll make your exposure. We'll make your exposure greater if you pay a nominal fee, and we'll guarantee that you get a certain amount of exposure that's going to get you a guaranteed amount of either followers or viewership.
You can buy your views directly, but it's not like
They'll keep pushing your video until you get those kind of views, and then they'll
and it's
block
zero
it, right?
until you do that. It's zero.
Yeah, right.
There is no organic.
We won't
viral
actually
shit
put
anymore.
your video out there in a search. I've always wondered that too, because when I search Apple Music, there's not like every single song available. Like there's, you know how many songs are actually
There's more
probably
picks.
out there? When I
Thanks,
search YouTube, same thing. You know what I mean? Like the amount of songs that could be there that aren't. I feel like there's been a whitewashing of music history at some point too, where they just don't care to bring some of those.
They only care about the demographic, and if those people aren't listening to it, it'll fade out into the oldies channel, so to speak.
I think it just disappears. Period. I don't know.
I would beg to differ. There's
If it
archives
hasn't-
of everything.
if it hasn't
ever.
made
Might not be
money or it
easily
doesn't make
accessible.
money, they'll take it off the
Might not be
streaming
widely
service.
distributed. You're right, totally right. But I mean, to cease to exist, challenge accepted. What do you want to hear? I'll find it.
Yeah, but at that point, then you would have to have a physical copy, and if you're not playing the physical copy or you lose it, then
I haven't been able to
not
find
making
Gary's
more.
Neighbors band. Don't want to out anybody or dox anybody. But There's either
Can we
too
go to
many
one of
bands
Gary's
in that
links or
area
something?
or not enough.
Were we transitioning to something?
I even had the name at one time. I still
Well,
couldn't find
I
it.
do have one criticism about
I've been looking at.
my
Or do we
buddy's
need to finish that asshole shit?
war pigs. Generals gather in their masses just like witches at black masses. You cannot rhyme the same word with the same word. That's
sure you can.
the same word.
Thank you.
You can
I just
totally.
think
it's
you
even
can in
sometimes
rock and
more
roll music.
more
You
powerful.
can rap. That's what I was saying last week.
I think you can. I agree with you though because I wrote 15 rock songs since then, and not one rap song.
Yeah, because you only needed like 8 lyrics.
Well, but
And
because
only
the
half of
lyrics
them needed a
are the
rhyme.
vehicle. In rap, the lyrics are the vehicle. You have to ride the words. You can't just say the words. With music, though, it's harder because you have to write the rhythm, the music that you're
That's what I'm
sampling.
saying. That's why rock rap is the best genre in the world.
It was, but like bands like Disturbed and
is.
Five Finger Death Punch and Kid Rock kind of ruined it for me because it was so popular for so long.
Kid Rock actually did it the best, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Should we hear?
I guess Linkin Park could be because Linkin Park was so dynamic, but Kid Rock was more hip hop centric.
My favorite was
hip hop.
Aerosmith and
So-
Run DMC, the original.
it was more traditional hip hop. I feel like Linkin Park is like it's like such a hybrid, which is Hybrid Theory, isn't it? One of their albums, but no, it was like a good fusion of
Can I play
rock
Diggo Dang?
and. You could. I was like, I don't know why there hasn't been a musical break yet, but I see a bunch of links.
You guys were
of
talking.
Gary's that
In
I'm,
fact,
like,
I'd
curious
say
about.
you guys, but mostly you. I was just letting you
Yeah.
talk. I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, no, I like you like a good talk forward show. So that's
It's
what
been
I was
long-
trying to give you. But
Yeah,
at some
but
point we need to get to the
It's been more
Gary's
talk
links.
through. Well, we don't have to get to the links. So I tried to. I took the left channel and I inverted it so it wasn't canceled out, and then I just had I hit cover and this is what it came up with.
All right.
Oh, baby, it seems like I don't give a damn, but I'm a different brand of honky-tonk.
I can only get one rapper. I'm supposed to be able to put in personas and have a rapper A, B, C, and D, but it will not change your voice. So you do the whole song, unfortunately. I'll just tell you that right now.
Man, I'm a rockabilly, rhyming like silly stuff.
I don't. That's not my voice.
It's kind of your voice.
Think about my dog that ran away. I guess it didn't like being pounded in the A. I need something to make me feel okay. I got the blues. I say to my cow Betsy while I squirt.
But what I want to ask is there still instrument parts missing? Because if I inverted the left, I obviously canceled out the other part.
You had to dump out molesting.
Second best part is when I
What? No.
Do they not allow molesting in there?
If only I hadn't killed that chicken just to see it squirm around. Holy cow,
It
they
did.
still move around. Almost as if they're saying, come in me now.
Whatever words you
Come
texted.
inside me, man.
Oh boy, do I love it when she's in heat. So difficult to get a good
I like this.
when I have nothing
Sing
but
it.
orifices around me. This takes me back to my last girlfriend. Knew her forever, thought we'd be together till the end. She banged like a buck. She was naughty and
Oh, and we have to go over to Rumble to hear the rest of this because I forgot.
Oh
about some
no!
of those
Right?
parts.
Yeah, the T word. The T word's a
glad I-
no-no. And
So glad I
if you
stopped it.
like things that actually are entertaining, leave YouTube and go to Rumble.
The unfiltered and crude proclamation of unrestrained speech.
Me neither.
All right, folks.
0. You suck. There it is.
My playlists are all fucked up.
Unfiltered and crude proclamation
backup
of
for everything
unrestrained
else.
speech.
All right, folks, listen up. Before we dive headfirst into this circus of crudeness and uncensored banter, here's our no-nonsense disclaimer, served with a side of Fladge humor.
Look, we're here for a good time, not a politically correct time, all right? In this crazy world where snowflakes melt and everyone's a critic, we're just trying to spread some joy without stepping on too many toes. So here goes.
Article 1. Let's get ridiculous. The sole purpose of our discourse, be it from guests, hosts, or any random loudmouth, is to tickle your funny bone, tease your gray matter, and illuminate the path to a mirthful existence. Any semblance of seriousness is purely accidental.
Article 2, offending everyone equally. We're equal opportunity offenders, all right? We don't give a hoot about your gender, race, religion, or whether you prefer cats or dogs or dildos.
We're here to roast everyone,
from politicians to influencers to our own sorry selves. Nobody's safe. Not even Gam Gam's apple pie.
Article 3, screw political correctness. Listen, we ain't here to hold your hand or sugarcoat anything. So, if our jokes offend you, tough luck.
We're not responsible for any ruffled feathers or hurt feelings, but hey, if you can take the heat, we promise we'll dish out some belly laughs and maybe a couple of snorts.
Article 4, fake news alert. We'll take you outside the courtroom for further details.
The tales, rumors, and downright lies you hear here are as fictional as a $3 bill.
Any resemblance to real-life events or people, whether alive or pushing up daisies, is purely coincidental and probably a result of us hitting the bottle too hard. We're pretty sure the Earth is round, and I didn't actually take myself out, but honestly, who cares?
Article 5, parody. Because, why not?
Parody and satire are our bread and butter, folks. Any likeness to actual people or characters is just us having a laugh, not a reason for a lawsuit.
We might not be the smartest cookies in the jar, but we sure know how to stir up some trouble.
So in closing, if you've made it this far without getting your undies in a twist, then congrats. You're our kind of people.
We're just here to crack a few tasteless jokes, spread some questionable joy, and remind everyone that life's too short to be serious all the frickin' time.
So buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready for a wild ride through the absurd realms of our humor while Fladge Rants live.